Welcome devs to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and leave out some comments to help my channel grow. Today I'll be doing a sweet landing page. This is one of the Frontend mentor challenge. It's a premium challenge, so you just need to subscribe to unlock these challenges. So as you can see, this is the design that we have. We are going to be doing it in a desktop design, tablet design, and a mobile design. At the end of the day, we're going to have something like look like this one. This is what we want on mobile view. This is what we want. So without wasting time, games, let me get on to the challenge. I have now downloaded the starter pack. As you can see, I've done a bit of some homework to do just before we start with the link. It's more like I've just imported the font that is meant for this challenge. It's a Rubik. As you can see, there is the challenge. I've also researched on the theme colors so that my solution looks as close as possible to the challenge. Here are the theme color that I've done. So without wasting time, let's also get into the challenge. Please, the first important thing that you need to know is how to identify your HTML structure. As you can see, I'm going to be having a header, and at the bottom there's a footer, and in between I'm also going to have some sections. I'll enclose them or put them together under a main. So this is here in our body. We're going to have, start off all with a div that will contain, I'll name it container. Then underneath I'm going to have a header, then a main, and lastly a footer. As you can see, now I'm going for the header. As you can see, from my header I've got an image to the extreme left and a button to the extreme right. So let's get on to the challenge, and this is what we do. I'm going for the image. I'm going to create a div. I'll name it logo. So inside I'll have an image. It's inside the folder assets slash, let's take a look at the name, logo, format svg. Let me put an alt text in case the image does not come out. When the image does not come out, this is the text that is going to be displayed. Nextly, I'm going to have a button. Let me give it a class name of btn. A second class name will do. I'll give it header slash btn. Now that is done, I need to drag the content there. Now let's take a look at the updates of our, there it is. Now what is important, I need to go to the styling. Let me start off by styling everything. In styling everything, I want to put a box sizing. Border box. Center everything by using margin to 0 and padding to 0. Now under the body, I'm going to add some more to display it in a grid and place the items to the center. Now this is the basic styling for me. Now let me now come on to styling. Let me start off with the container. I'm going to target the container and the header and the button. I'm going to start the class name. Just and then I'm going to target the header, and I'm also going to target the button. These are the three class names that I want for now. Just copy them and place them here. Okay, for the content I'm going to start off with the margin 1 rem, nextly followed by maximum width of 400 pixels. Now for the header, I'm going to start display flex, justify the content. I want space between, and then align the items. I want to the center. For the button, I'm just going to give a padding of 1 rem. Border, let's have 1 pixel. Solid. I want a very dark color. Very dark color. Copy it. Background color. I want white. Okay, I'm going to have a background color of white. I don't have it but this one, but I can just write it there. Let me just put it white. And the border radius of 0.5 rems. Now there it goes. Now let's take a look at the changes that we have implemented. Or they are the changes. Now I'm going to I'm going to do HTML coding for the main For me to do that, this is very important that devs, you need to know what you are exactly putting up to. Under the main, I'm going to start with a div dot desktop view. We have created desktop view. Now I want a div for mobile, tablet, config. Now importantly, let me put in some sections, 2 sections. The first one, I'll call it mission. And there is the another section. Okay, let me give it hero. Now as you can see, there it is. We now need to drag our content appropriately. Drag your content to where it belongs. There is the content. Now we need to take a look at how the HTML structure of our content. There is a paragraph and a second paragraph and a button. Now there it goes. We now need to do HTML coding. Let's take a look at it. And there's also a arrow there, so you need to be very careful with how you are doing it. So I'm going to start off with a div dot main header. Then I now need to have the curved line, div dot curve line. So what you now need is an image inside image. I'll give it a class name of curve, and I need an src assets slash. Now we need to get our line. Yes, there is our pattern. Let's rename, or let's collect the name, collect the name and place it there. Yes, there is the name. I'll leave it, let's say line 1. I've done the image. Let me take a look at the changes from our design. Oh yes, this is our design. As you can see, the line is there. Now I want to have a paragraph. I want to have a paragraph just underneath the curved line. I'm going to have a paragraph. I'll name it p dot, let's say, mission statement. Inside the paragraph, so I'll start with a span. Let's take a look at our design. Yes, this is the high text, and this one is a bold, and this one is a span and a bold. So you can see I got a span and a bold, span, bold. So this is how I'm going to do it. Span, then a bold again. Okay, slash bold. Let's duplicate it. Now it's time to drag content. Let's take a look at it. We drag super solution, drag another content there. Drag it there. Yes, there it is. Let's take a look at the changes. Okay. Now I'm going nextly. Since we have done this stage, I now also need to copy this text, our marketing. I'll place it inside a paragraph, then I'll have a pattern. So let's start off with the paragraph dots. I'll give it a name of quotes 1. Then I'll also have a button. I'll give it a class name of btn, and the second class name will help meeting btn. Then it's time to drag our content appropriately. Okay, yes, there it is. Yes, seems like everything has gone according to plan. Now let's take a look at the changes that we have implemented. Oh, there it is, devs. So it's time to go to our styling. I'm going to be styling. Before I do that, let me take a look at the design. Okay, there's an image there, as well as some patterns, as well as some content, some stars. Let me check what else can I style. Let me continue with the styling of the hero section, which is very important. Div dot hero img the mobile. We need a class name, mobile hero img. I'm giving it a class name. Now we need to put some src for the source assets folder, and now we need to go and get our this is the one that I want. Let me rename and control and copy. Hash, done it wrong way. Yeah, like this. Now what you just need to do is just to duplicate it, then make some corrections. Control V. Now for the second one, it's going to be a tablet, so I need to add tablet at the beginning. Tablet. And we also need to find the correct image. This one. Let's rename it. Just click on rename and then control everything, control copy. You just have to come here and replace it. Then the last one is for desktop. Yes, now control everything, escape. Just have to replace everything. It's not the right, it's not this one, it's the one that we need. Let's rename it. Control A and control copy. Yeah, there it is. We've copied the images correctly, so let me come and look into my design, the new changes. Yes, these are the new changes that I now have. Now before I finish off the div, I need to see, look from the design that we have here. Let's go to our design here. They see that there's also content for stats, so I need to have the stats content before I do. Okay, let me remove the unnecessary spacing. Okay, yeah, we are done with section hero. There's a div there. Then lastly, yes, here that is where we want our new section. Yes, create a new section. Let's give it name stats. There it is. Now for the stats section, I'm just going, it's a bit similar. As you can see, all the content is just the content, the text content that is different. So I'm just going to have section stats and a div. Then paragraph dot get stats. Paragraph again dot stats text. There it is. You just have to make it 3 times, multiplied by 3 times. Now it's time to drag the content appropriately to where it belongs. This is here. $2,000 plus companies, 8 languages. And 1.2 million leaves. There it is. Now let's take a look at the new design. Yes, that's where we have. Now we are going to styling. I'm going to style everything. For styling, I'm going to target mission statement main our name. Let's put a margin to the top of 3 rem. Next, I'm going to style the mission statement. Yes, there it is. Copy. But if I can just copy a lot, that would be nice. Okay, let me just delete Control V. Now let's start the mission statement. Font size, let me set it to 40 pixels. Color. Let me set it to very dark. Copy it. Now I also want to target the bold. I want to have a font weight. Bold. Nextly, I'm going to target the curved line. Just collect the curved line. Okay, let me just put a T there. This one. Let's put a margin to the left of 9,5 rems and a width of 150 pixels. 150 pixels. Image curve width 100%. Span. I want a font weight of 300. Let me take quote. The spelling for quote. Let me put in O there. Let me copy this one. Yeah. Font size, I want to increase it to 20 pixels. Line height, just okay. Let me make it more smarter. Line height 35. Line height 35 pixels. Margin 2 rems auto. Font weight 300, and the color of our text, let's give it dark color. Let's copy it. Let's take a look at the design, at the changes that we've made. Yes, there you can see the other changes that we've made. On mobile view, as you can see on mobile view, there's only one image that is coming out. Other images need to be removed. On mobile view, you're looking at our design, so we need to keep on styling. Let me target the mission pattern. I also want the hero. Control copy it. Control V. I usually prefer just to copy everything because I want to avoid typing mistakes. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel to make it grow, to help it grow. Okay, let's have a color of unsent. Just copy it there and you pull it here far. Background color of very dark. Copy it. Okay. Hero. Margin 3 RAM. Auto. Now I'm going to target, and in the class hero I'm going to target the images. I want a width of 100%, and secondly I want the height to be auto. Yes, like I said, we are going to remove the other image so that we only left with one image. So that's where we are going to get. Let's take a look at the image that we are going to remove. We're going to remove the last two. This one and this one. They're not going to be there in the mobile view. Display to none. And now I'm going to style, as you can see they are not there. I'm going to style the state section that contains this image, this state section. Now, so for the text section I need to highlight, collect the class names that we want. Let's have this class name, this one as well, and lastly the stats. I'm just going to copy it and place it here. Just need to put some brackets. This is for mobile view. Now let's take a look at our stats. We're going to display flex. Flexi direction. We're just going to set it to column. Justify the content, space between, and align our items to the center. Text align, center again. Height, which is very important. Let's say give it 16 rams. And margin 3 RAM auto. bold the text. I'm just going to increase the font size. That's what I want only. Let me increase the font size. Font size to 35 pixels. 35 pixels. Then let's take a look at our design. Okay, everything is in uppercase, and the color is dark, and the font weight. Text transform uppercase. Uppercase. Color, I want it to be dark. Dark. And lastly, I want font weight properties 300. Okay. Now that looks okay. We have saved our changes. Let's take a look at our design progress that we have made. Yes, these are the progress that we have made. Look, it's taking shape. I like it. Since we are done with these sections, now it's time to do our styling, HTML coding. From the design, what do we have? Let's take from the design. We have got a spacing there, so I need to create a spacing. Section. Just create a section. Let's give it a div dot class name of white space. Okay, since there's nothing, I also want another section. I'll give it just testimonials. Okay. Just since the white space is just there's nothing, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to have to do some HTML for my testimonial. Let's take a look at our design. As you can see, yeah, now we now need to be very attentive to everything. You see that there's an image and there's a content there. You need to be very attentive. So let me start off by creating a div which I'll call testing. I'll call it testimonial content. Let's take a look at our design. I've got two images. There is an image there for a man wearing a white shirt, and as well as a curved line there. So I need to create another div for my image and my curve. I'll say div. Give it a class name div desktop. Testimonial 1. Now this is where I'm going to have image for the gentleman. Div dot name. Okay, Jeremy. Give him the name Jeremy today. img container. Let me put in the image. Class name Jeremy. img Now we need this source Jeremy. It's in the assets folder. Assets slash. Let's get the name. I'll start with okay, if I can't see, yeah, let's start with this one. This is our control the class name, copy the class name and place it there. Now I've done that. I also need the curved line, so I will have to create another div, then I'll call it blah background. Okay, for the background, I'm doing for the background now. For now, BG. IMG for this is for the background. You need a class name. We need a class name. Let's put in the source as a slash button. This is rename, Control A, copy the class name and place it there. Save. Now that we are done with our one, now we need to go for the curved line. Yeah, I've now reached the curved line. Dot curved line 2. Let me put image. I won't need the class name. I just need the location of the file of the image. Let's collect the name, paste it there inside. As you can see, let's take a look at the changes. Okay. Now I'm going for the text content. When you are done with this, we're going for the text content just there. This one closes this one. This one closes this one, so it's here. Div dot desktop slash testimonial 2. Now I need a paragraph. Let me give it testimonial title, testimonial title. And then I'm just going to have a span in the bold. Use span and bold. Now it's time to drag content. Drag your content to where it belongs. There it is. Next, let me look at my design. What do I have? I've got another paragraph there. After this paragraph, I'm going to have a paragraph with the class name testimonial body. That testimonial body. You just need to copy, drag content to where it belongs. Now let me take a look at my design. I'm going to have a name, so you now need to put in div dot class testimonial name. Start off the first paragraph. Uppercase, bold, and then the last paragraph, the paragraph again, uppercase, regular. Just need to drag. Let's drag our content where it belongs. Now let's take a look at the changes to our code. Yes, there it is. There it is. Now I need to check why it's like this. Access. Okay, from our assets folder, pattern kf the line dot svg. Yeah, you know the arrow, the blue arrow that is coming out there. Let's take a look at everything. Okay, this is the blur. This one, the purple, it's supposed to appear behind the guy. So when you're doing styling, this image is going to move underneath this person. So everything is going okay. So now let me do some styling to make sure that everything is perfected into right positioning. Okay, let's close this one. Okay, let me do my footer. Okay, if I do this, let me come back and do styling. Let's do our styling. Styling. Let's start by styling this one. Copy it. Height 11 rams. Yes. Nextly, I'm going to style the testimonial. Let's collect the class names that we want. I will also need Jeremy container, blah vg. Okay, like this. Okay, now copy all the class names and press just this thing. Now let me just track. These are the class name that we are going to be styling. Let's just see there. So they will start styling. Position, relative, background color, background color, background color. We are going to be using the very dark. Color. Accent color, accent color. Copy it. Then border radius 0.5 rem. Now nextly I'm going to start the testimonial content display flexi direction column, justify the content to the center, and align our items to the center as well. Now I'm going to start the image. I want to set the width to 65%. Remember, this is for mobile view. Position set it to absolute. And let's set the left 4.5 frames. I want it to overlap on the top to go to the white spacing area, to move into the white spacing. So I'm going to use a negative 11 rams. Lab background margin auto 0 auto. Width, I'm going to set it to 70%. Text align center. Margin bottom. One rem. Let's take a look at our design. New changes. Yes, these are the changes that are coming forward. Okay. Now let's style the curved line to width. I'm going to give it 15%. Margin bottom 2 rems. Let me take a look at the changes. Yes. Now I need to continue styling. I'm going to style. I need the colors name for the desktop testimonial 2. I need the testimonial title. I also want the testimonial body and the testimonial name. And lastly, these two. Copy them. Copy. Time to drag. Testimonial, desktop testimonial, text align to the center. Now I'm going for the testimonial title. I'm just going to do the font size. I will set it to 32 pixels. Letter spacing. I'll give it minus 0.2 pixels. Let's take a look at the changes. Yes. What about if we reduce this one? Let's make it 8. Let's see how it happens. From our design, it's okay. Let's start the testimonial body. Margin bottom, I'm going to set it to 2 rems. Font size 18 pixels. Line height 35 pixels. Now, nextly, I'm going to set the testimonial name. And let me check out the changes that we have done. Okay, I need to add more styling. Testimonial body. Margin 2 rems, auto, font weight 300, text align, the center, padding in line, one comma 5 rems. Let me text the testimonial margin bottom 3 rems, text align to the center, line height 32 pixels. Now I've done this. It's time to check a look. Let me style the content, the last content there, Jeremy with the names. Text transform to uppercase. I also want the font weight to be bold. Text transform uppercase, font weight to be 300. Now let me take a look at the changes we have made. Yes, everything is now looking okay. Now it's time to style. It's time for the footer. I start off creating a div. Let me look by looking at the footer. We can see that it is divided into 3. There's a logo to the extreme left, in the middle there's a copyright text, and also on the right side there's some icons there, social media icons. So let's have a look at when it's on mobile view, the footer. As you can see, this is our footer in the mobile view. So this is what we are going to do. I'm now going to start with a div with the logo. I need an image. Assets slash. Let's look at logo SVG. logo format SVG, and I also want a text logo icon. Nextly, for the middle part, I'm going to have a paragraph. I'm going to give it an ID. Copyright. Span. Let me have the text inside of span. It's time to drag this text. Okay, there's an E left there. Now lastly, onto the extreme right side, we know that there are some social media links, so I'm going to have a div which I will call links, and I will use the unordered list. Listing images. Says slash. The first one is for a Facebook, so I need to collect the class name. Before I even do that, let me duplicate it. Let me put it in markers 3 times 2, 3. Facebook. Rename. Control. Copy. Instagram is the last one. Then in between there is a Twitter. Rename. Copy. Now let's take a look at the changes that we have done. Oh yes, there they are. So we now need to do styling. Now I'm going to collect the class name that we are going to style. We are going to style the footer. We are going to style the logo, the class name logo. We are going to style also the ID. And we are going to style the links. Copy these ones. Paste them everywhere. This copyright is an ID, so use hash. This one is a class name. Yes. So let me start by styling the footer. Display flex, flexi direction column, align items to the center, justify the content, space between, heading, I want to set it to 4 rems. height of 17 rems. Background color of neutral. It's a neutral color, so I need to collect it from our copy it. Color and a very dark and a very dark. Okay, I left an OR color. Now let's go for our footer logo. Let's set the width to 30%. ID, copyright, text transform, capitalize, and then the color, and it to be a dark color. Width, let me set it to 7 rems. Display, flex, justify the content, space between, align items, center, then let's move any list style, let's set it to none. Okay, I want my code to look smart. There it is. Okay, we've done that. Let's take a look at, yes, there it is, very well in mobile view. Now it's time to go for the tablet design and as you can see, the tablet design as well as the desktop design. Now need to implement some media queries. It's media screen and minimum width 600 pixels. As well, we need it for large screens. This is for tablet view. For large screens, we have got the number of pixels, they increase to 1024. Container, minimum width 600 pixels. Let's let's style the pattern. Let me set the padding off to the bottom, and top and bottom of 1,2 rems and 1,8 rems to the left and right side. I also want the template config. Is this the spelling? Let me collect the spelling from our style guide. Let me collect it from the index file. There it is. Okay. Display. Flex. Okay. Margin 0 auto. Align items to the center. Dot missing. And on the height, minimum content, yes, so that it fits the content. Position relative. From the top, I want 4 rems. 4 rems. Mean. Header. Okay, let me check. This is the class name that I want. I want to style this one. Let's say the position of absolute. Width of 31 rems. Top minus 8,5 rems. Now I'm going to start the curved line. Curved line. I'm going to put it to margin to the left of 11.5 rems. Width 180 pixels. Mission statement. Font size 48 pixels. Mobile. Okay, I want to display this one. This is the one that we want. Okay, we also want to take let's copy it. let's take a look at the changes that we have implemented. Yeah. There's something that needs my attention. Yes, okay. We have switched off the mobile view, but now we need the tablet. The tablet. This one is the tablet. Tablet. Copy. This one is the desktop. Like this. Yeah, when you do something like this, now display block, width, let's give it 16 rams. Now let me check a look at the changes. Yeah, it could be that we are on a larger screen. For tablets, this is for tablet view. Let me install the stats. Height, photo, flexi direction, row, justify the content, space around, now I want to white space. I want to start the white space, and so let's increase the margin from the top to 90 pixels. Now if I want the Jeremy image container, I want the width to be 54%, and from the left I wanted to move it to 8 rams. Testimonial title. Now let me start the footer. Flexi direction, row, justify the content, space between, space between, heading, I want to set it to 0, margin, I want to set it to 0, and then height, set it to 12 frames. Okay, let me start the logo. Lastly, footer logo. You need to put a first up there. Give it a width of 85 pixels. Let's take a look at how everything now looks like on light screens. Okay, I might need to add something here. My design is different because I don't have a background. So I want a background. Okay, let me come here to my index file. Let's get a div. Okay, let's give it a width of 900 pixel. Position. It's 130 pixels. Top 1325 pixels. Z index -1. Background color neutral. Let's import. If I set the neutral color, use the neutral color. Okay, there it is. So we now need to go for, yes, there it goes like this. Now we now need to style for large screen for a desktop. I think the hero section will perfectly fit for the hero section. Okay, so this is our hero. This is our for large screen. This is, we're not going to have any problems mainly because we already know the class names. Minimum width 900 pixels. Let's go for the header. BTN. I want it on hover. When I hover, so when we hover, background color should change to very dark. Background color is going to change to very dark. Background color we change to very dark. There is our very dark code. Color we change to accent. Let me change the desktop view. Make sure that you collect the correct name. Let's look at our desktop view. There is our class name. Make sure you collect it correctly. Place it there. So on our desktop view, I'm going to say display flexi and justify the content, space between. Okay, I want my code to be a bit smarter and visible. Okay, like this. Let's start the main header. I'll set the width to 38 frames. And I'll move the top to 12 frames. Let's take a look at the changes. Okay. Now I'm styling the curved line. I want the margin from the left side to be 17 rems and the width of 275 pixels. Mission statement. I want a font size of 72 pixels. Yeah, that's increased. Let's take a look at the changes. Okay. Now going to on hover mission statement. Okay, no. Let me go for the template. The image width, I want it to be 20 rems. Let's take a look. Now let me style the stats section. Stats, flexi direction, column, margin. Let me set it to 0.4 rem. Justify the content, space evenly. Then I'm going to style the white space. Height is reduced to 2 rems. Now we are going to look at this one. Desktop testimonial 2. Just select this all at once. Testimonial body and testimonial name. We want to align the text. Copy. Control V them. Okay, not this one. This one. Yeah. Text align. Left. Now we go on individually. Text. Desktop. Testimonial 2. Height 430 pixels. Padding 4 rems. 4 rems. 0 and 2 rems. Now let me start the testimonial body. Left padding to the left side. The left. I want it to be 0. Yes. Testimonial content. Testimonial content. Flexi direction. Flexi direction. Row. Jeremy. I'm styling the image for Jeremy now. Before I do that, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Let's say top. From the top, we start it. We move it minus 1 comma. We're reducing the movement from the top. Then left side, I want to push it. Let me push it 5.5 rems. I want to push it. I want the width to 17.5 rems. Now let's start the black background with set it to 26 rems. Padding, set it to 3 rems. Padding left to 3 rems. Background with 1248 pixels, height 450 pixels, position absolute, and from the top I want to move it 1100 pixels. It is yeah, this does it for all the coding. Let's take a look at our image. Okay, these are way now this is, since this is for desktop, and now okay, now from this design I can see that the image, this image is not appearing as well as we want this image width to be smaller than this one, than the footer. So but the most important part is that we want the image with the dark background to be smaller than the footer, the width, as well as we want the image to appear. So let's fix that. Now I'm going to have this image appear because it's not appearing. Let me go to my styling. Okay, let's see. When we started coding on our mobile view, there's what we, yes, there it is. We displayed it to not displaying. So I just need to copy it correctly, and let's replace it there. And we also need to for large screens as well. Now let's take a look at the changes that we have applied. Okay, yeah, it looks now okay, just like as we wanted. Now let me go on to the main header. Let's set this one to -12. Let's see the changes. Yes, so that's it, devs. So that's it, devs. That's for the challenge. Thank you very much.